It is said the goddess birthed the world, and into it she poured her hopes, her passion, and her knowledge. From them, her garden was made bountiful, a world of lush verdant shores and generous cerulean seas. Then there came the god with his winds and brilliant sun. He warmed her shores, she danced in his breeze, and in his radiance she envisioned all that they could be. In time, they came to be two halves of one whole. But there would be no story without sorrow, my son, no lesson without learning. To be equals, they shared all of themselves, her world, his skies. But of her knowledge he drank deeply as she basked in his beguiling warmth. Between their visions of distant days lay a chasm driven by passion. The god poured her knowledge into man and bade them to take to the skies. They took of her flesh, her precious minerals, and forged them in the god's fires. They burned and butchered and spread in search of the freedom of his glorious sky. She begged of the god, "You cannot give what is not yours." But he urged man forward to the heavens. In the god's passion, we found our fervor for power. War, my son. As man warred against man, her garden was flush of fire and fury and fear. Once again, she begged of the god, "You must not take what you cannot replace." But still, he urged man forward to the heavens. Man built machines in the god's visage, but their hunger for freedom died in their lust for conflict. The goddess, gifted with visions of what was to come, saw that in time man and the god would devour her world. So she carved of herself and forged knights of stone and bone. Of her people who did not turn their backs to the earth, she gave them the means to protect it. The war of the gods raged for generations, the god and his passion, the goddess and her wisdom. In his fury, the sun scorched and the winds raged. In her sorrow, seas dried, and the green shores crumbled to dust. In the end, the god fell to the goddess's sword, her half cleaved from her soul. For what they had and what future they'd lost, she wept. Though the world lay barren and her hope dissolved in anguish, she managed one last gift for those that swore to protect her world. From her tears came our rivers and lakes and green shores, few as they may be. After her tears had dried, they say her flesh turned to bark and her hair to crimson leaves. Others claim she left our world in a cyclone of sea. Some dare whisper she was never real. But as one in the long line of those that swore the oath, we know our truth, my son. It is written in our blood, in our rivers, and in her stone, lest we forget the wisdom of the goddess's sorrow.